Hello friends and welcome to the SM Astro Channel. We shall talk about the transit of Venus from 25th December 2023 to 17th of Jan 2024 in the Scorpio sign. Venus will be in Visakha Nakshatra 4th Pada and then Anuradha and Jyeshtha Nakshatra. Venus in Scorpio signifies intensity of passion. This also signifies expenses on materialistic pleasures. This particular Venus is afflicted by Rahu and Saturn and is transiting into an enemy sign. At the mundane level, it is not a very good transit for Venus. It can be especially bad for relations, females, glamour, artists, marriage, accidents and wealth from the point of view of natural zodiac. There can be an increase in expenses on luxury items, designer clothes, vehicles, substances of abuse and addiction, entertainment and recreational activities. The good thing is some portion of dead stock of clothes may get sold during this transit. Relationship, however, will have to stand the test of time. Let us begin the analysis for each ascendants and signs. Let us begin with Aries. So for Aries ascendant and sign, Venus rules your 2nd and 7th house and is transiting into the 8th house of obstacles, troubles, sudden events, spirituality, etc. This is not a good time for relationships or married life. There can be fights and arguments with spouse and extreme trust issues. You might be experiencing disappointments in love and marriage. Spouse can also be making extra expenses during this transit. The transit of planet Venus in this house is likely to attract negative people into your life. Chances of infidelity or extramarital affairs is quite high, and you would also be getting extra attention from the opposite gender. It is important to understand this is only temporary attraction and it is not wise to fall into the trap. This is, however, a favorable time for relations with in-laws and an auspicious time for the in-laws. Remain loyal to your spouse, deal your marriage with extra care and love during this transit. In case your wedding anniversary falls during this transit, donate some cosmetic items or food to some poor female. During this transit, your spouse may also seek pleasure in occult and mysteries. Spouse can also take extra interest in spirituality. Family can also be interested in spiritual practices and meditation-like activities. Scorpio is a sign of secrecy, and Venus, being the lord of marriage and wealth, requires you to maintain your private affairs, your personal affairs private. Do not share your marriage life or thoughts about your wealth with the outside world. The transit promises good outcomes in matters of wealth and family. You can seek pleasure from family and like to spend much time with them. There can be sudden positive event in matters of wealth and can be auspicious for people dealing in ladies' items, ladies' clothes, luxury items, designer wares. This is also the time for clothes merchant to sell off their dead stock, rejected designs which have been taking up space in your shop since a long time. These clothes may get sold during this transit. There can also be sudden gain of wealth during this transit. This is also a good time for people in the food business, for hoteliers, restaurant owners, chefs, etc. This transit brings along with it troubles from vehicles and road trips. Be extra cautious while driving, as Venus is in the house of accidents. There may also be expenses on repairs of vehicles. Be prepared for it. Also protect your diamonds during this transit. You may also face troubles with business partners and differences of opinion is likely to arise. Partners may also be keeping secret from you. It is important to delay a major business decision during this time. Postpone any major business meetings or decision making during this transit. Take extremely good care of your health and also the health of your spouse. You may feel a strong desire to consume bakery items, pastries, cakes, chocolates, etc. Control the urge and do not overindulge in them. A cheat meal once a week doesn't harm anyone, but do not overindulge. Consume water, and if you are diabetic, get your creatinine levels tested during this transit and be mindful of your kidney and stone related problems. Overall, this is not a very good transit for you. Chant this Shukra Bij mantra Om Shum Shukraya Namaha to reduce the negative effects of this transit. Respect the females. For Taurus natives and signs, the Venus owns your 1st and your 6th house and is transiting into the 7th house of marriage, partnerships and business. This is a good transit for Taurus zodiac natives. You can witness an improvement in your personality and overall mood during this transit. You can be conscious about your looks and take that extra step to dress up well and take care of your appearance. There can be extra charm in your personality, which will benefit you in many ways. Confidence will grow and you can expect to be in a cheerful mood during this transit. This is a very auspicious transit in terms of marriage, partnerships, self-employment opportunities, relationships both personal and professional. This transit promises cordial relations with spouse. The mood can also be very romantic and loving. It is the time to mend relationships which may have been affected due to the previous transit of Venus in your 6th house. Broken relationships can be mended, broken hearts can be healed. You would look to seek pleasure from spouse and personal relations during this transit, and it is a very favorable time in this matter. For those seeking marriage prospects, this transit can get you engaged or married to a beautiful and charming person. There is a high possibility of falling in love with someone or finding a romantic partner during this transit. Love marriage possibility is also quite high. Relations with business partners can also be very cordial and you may enjoy comforts and pleasure both at professional and domestic level. Self-employment opportunities are likely to present itself and it is a good time to expand your business, your skills and your talents. This is a favorable time to start a new venture in partnership. However, do not take relations for granted, value them. This is an afflicted Venus and hence can cause troubles if you take relations or professions for granted. Being afflicted, it opens up the window of extramarital affairs also, loose morals and infidelity. It is important to not give in to such temptations. Avoid any kind of outside interference, be it in marriage or in business partnerships. Outside energy will only cause harm to you in these matters. It is also important to take care of the health of spouse. He or she is likely to have health issues during the transit. Due to the influence of Rahu and Saturn, it is very critical that you seek medical attention for your spouse at the earliest in case he or she falls sick. Bearing this transit looks positive for Taurus natives. For Gemini natives, Venus rules your 5th and 12th house and is transiting into your 6th house. This transit will bring mixed results for you. On matters of 5th house, it can bring some troubles and can be good for matters related to the significations of the 12th house. 5th lord going into 6th house is not a good placement. This is also a house of death for Venus and the house where Venus gets debilitated in the natural zodiac. On top of that, it is afflicted by Saturn and Rahu. At the very outset, it is extremely important to take care of your children. They are likely to fall sick or face issues and struggles during this transit. Ask them not to keep any secrets with you and share their thoughts and concerns with you without any hesitation. Chances of conflict with children is also high, and hence it is better to avoid any arguments or ponder upon differences of opinion. Career-wise and job-wise, it is a good opportunity. You can see growth in your job and business, especially if you are in import-export sector, law, medical or financial sector. This transit can be good for you. You can also expect cordial relations with your co-workers and you may enjoy spending time with them and spending time in office. People in creative field like art, modeling, glamour may see some setback or struggle during this transit. It is the sixth house is the house of daily routine, and a very weak and afflicted planet has transited into this house. And it is therefore important to come out of your comfort zone and laziness and follow a proper routine and put both your mind and heart into work. This transit also comes with promises of opportunities in foreign lands and foreign transactions. A foreign trip is also likely and will provide you much pleasure. You may also be tempted to indulge in luxury items and spend some of your savings on it. College students are likely to face health issues or secret conspiracy behind their back. This is also not good for exams or competitions that you may have during this transit. Your mind could be disturbed by broken relationships or troubles in love affairs. Your attention will be on these matters much more than on your education. This is a difficult time if you are in love with someone or facing relationship issues. The previous transit was a bed of roses in these matters, but this transit is like an eye-opener for the world of dreams. It shows you the reality of relationships and puts it to test. If you can survive this turbulence, you can expect a long and healthy relationship going forward. This is the test of time, and you have to remain strong. Focus more on your studies during this transit. There can also be a break in education during this transit. You need to take care of your stomach during this period. The Gemini natives have to be extremely cautious about their stomach. Chant the Bij mantra of Shukra, which is Om Shum Shukraya Namah, to reduce the negative effects of this transit. Also respect women. For Cancer natives, Cancer ascendants and signs, Venus rules your 11th house and the 4th house, the house of income, desires, and the house of home, property, vehicles, and it is transiting into the 5th house in Scorpion sign. This transit makes you expressive towards your spouse, children, and the one you are in a romantic relationship with. The planet of love is in the house of love itself, which promises a joyous and a wonderful romantic relationship. This can also make you popular among children, and if you are a college student, you may be popular in college during this transit. However, it is important not to go overboard with your desires, as this is an afflicted Venus and can cause harm if the energy is not properly channelized. There can be cheating in relationships and also breakups, especially if you get too aggressive with or possessive about your partner. Passions and desires can be very high, and you could be tempted to cross boundaries, and hence important to take things slow and not rush. There can be luxurious expenses on your partner during this transit. Creative and artistic mind natives can excel during this period. There can be various opportunities and you could be appreciated for your art and creativity. However, since this is an afflicted Venus, the positive results would be subdued. The desire for fame is going to be very high. However, do not have very high expectations as it would lead to disappointment. There is bound to be income opportunities for sure for Cancer ascendants during this transit. This is a good transit from income point of view, especially good for people in entertainment and glamour industry. You can also look to gain from females if you are dealing in ladies garments, cosmetics or any other items of use of the ladies. You can see an increase in income and volume during this transit. Your social network and friend circle is likely to expand and you can expect a good joyous time with them. You may have more female friends during this transit. Children are going to be very important for you. You would look to seek pleasure from their company, their joy and happiness. Donate some money or toys to orphanage or children's hospital to reap even better results of this transit. This transit is also very good for your mother and she may enjoy good health and wealth during this transit. She may gain some money from some sources. There could also be redecoration or expense on the interior of your house or vehicle, especially between 28th December to 6th of Jan. A foreign trip or a long distance trip is also possible during this period. Overall, this is a good transit and should benefit the Cancer natives. Worship Lord Shiva to reap better results from this transit. Donate for poor and needy children also. For Leo Ascendants, Venus rules your 10th and your 3rd house and is transiting into the 4th house of comfort and happiness. Venus here has directional strength. It is extremely comfortable over here, very powerful, and enjoys its stay in the 4th house. During this transit, there could be sudden purchase of vehicle, property, home, and there could also be an impulsive decision to buy a new home or a flat. Impulsive buying or expenditure is very much on the cards. Sudden expense on interior or redecoration of home or vehicle is very much possible. Keep your vehicle and home neat and clean to reap better results from this transit. Your efforts and time could also be utilized in these matters. You would strongly desire to buy luxurious items for your home. If you can afford to, then a luxury car could also be purchased now and added to your fleet of cars. You would also like to spend quality time at home and can expect a loving environment. You would be extra sensitive about your mother this time. You can expect cordial relations with her. Just keep an eye on her health though. Also, you would have the tendency to boast in front of people about the lovely interior of your home or your car. But it is very much important to avoid doing these things as the afflicted Venus would then invite a lot of negative energies. You would love to host your friends during this transit, absolutely do so. Just avoid throwing limelight to the interiors of your house. Do not boast about what you have, or else you will be attracting a lot of negative energy. For those in transport business and those dealing in cars and properties, this is a very good transit. Put your efforts in your work and you can expect to reap good results. This is also a good time to sell dead stock and second-hand cars. Vehicles that are stuck with you because of its unorthodox color could also get sold during this transit. For Leo natives, this transit can promise good progress in career. You would enjoy your time at work and career is likely to be good. The transit can be bad for romantic relationships and there are chances of misunderstandings and breakups. Overall, this transit is good. Enjoy the happy moments and work and serve your mother to reap better benefits of this transit. You're likely to enjoy both at home and work during this transit. For Virgo Ascendants and sign, Venus rules your 9th house and your 2nd house, the houses of fortune, dharma, religion, wealth, family and food, and is transiting into the house of efforts, short distance travels, courage, strength, which is the 3rd house. This is good transit in terms of wealth. You can expect wealth generating opportunities and you should direct your efforts and energy in this direction, especially between 28th of December to 6th of Jan. You can expect good and cordial relations with siblings, colleagues, friends and neighbor. You may, however, struggle to express your emotions to them. A visit to parks, gardens and cafes, restaurants and bars can uplift your mood. Luxurious hotels with beautiful ambience will appeal to you. Spending quality time with family is also something that you would look forward to. Short distance travels are likely to benefit you. You may also take a religious trip during this transit and it should bring you joy and happiness. You could be interested in religious and dharmic activities and like to spend some time with gurus, father or senior members. A foreign travel is also possible during this transit. There could, however, be some sudden issue at the last moment, so be prepared for it. This is the time when you seek pleasure from hobbies. You would like to spend much time practicing your hobbies and skills. It is especially auspicious if you are into writing, reading books or into poetry. Romantic novels or movies could also interest you during this transit. This is a good transit for your siblings also and luck will also favor them. For Libra natives, Venus is the lord of the 1st and the 8th house and transiting into your 2nd house. This is a good transit for matters of wealth, family, ancestral properties, and in-laws. You will work with utmost dedication to get materialistic positions in life and strengthen your financial status. There could be some sudden events related to these matters during this transit. This could also bring you financial gain and accumulation of wealth. It can also, however, give you an excess inclination towards materialistic things, and you may like to spend a lot on your luxury items, which may deplete your savings. However, since the Venus is afflicted, you need to also be very careful in matters of money and keep a tab on your expenses. Otherwise, as mentioned, you may actually end up depleting your savings. You may end up consuming your resources. It is a good transit for those involved in bakery items, food items, hotel business, restaurant owners, chefs, any kind of food industry and vehicle industry. You are likely to make money from your business during this transit. You need to take care of your health, as this is an afflicted Venus, and though you are not likely to face any chronic health issues, but you are prone to falling sick due to bad food habits. You may feel strong urge to eat bakery items, Italian food, Chinese food, eggs, curds, exotic food, rich food. Enjoy eating out at restaurants, enjoy chocolates, sugars and candies. It is important to practice restraint, as along with wealth, weight could also increase during this transit period of Venus. If you can keep a tab on your expenses, you are most likely to increase your bank balance. This transit can be good for matters of in-laws. You could see an improvement of relations with them, and overall things are likely to be cordial with them. A foreign trip or a long distance travel is also likely, especially between 28th of December and 6th of Jan. Luck will also favor you in matters of relationship, wealth and family during this duration. Now moving on to Scorpio. For Scorpio natives and signs, Venus rules your 7th house and 12th house and is transiting into the 1st house. This is the time when you have to take extra care of your health. Venus rules both bad houses and is transiting in your 1st house. The 1st house is your physical body, your overall development, overall growth in life. This combination will add personality, will provide you pleasant personality, add charm to your personality. Your mood can also be pleasant, but it is not good for the physical body. Mentally, you may feel relaxed and in a happy mood, but this transit is not so good in terms of physical health. You are likely to gain lots of friends too during this period, especially female friends. Whether you are a male or a female, you are likely to gain more female friends during this transit. You would also focus a lot on yourself and would love to dress up, and before moving out, you would like to take extra care of your appearance and looks. You may in fact become obsessed about your looks during this period. Music, arts, movies, etc. would interest you a lot, and you are likely to get attention from the opposite gender, extra attention. You are also likely to spend some money on yourself. This is the time when you could also enter into a relationship if you are single, and for those married, this is the time to introspect on your relationship and make amends for any relationship issues that you may have had in the past. So for singles, this is the time when you could meet someone. For people who are married, this is the time of introspection and improving your relationships with your spouse. The same holds true for business partners. This is the time to amend any negativity that you may have experienced during the past. Use this transit to build and amend relationships with others. This is also a time for personal growth for those who are self-employed or dealing with foreign countries, export-import, luxury items, etc. A foreign trip is also a possibility, but so is sudden expense on your health. It is also important to avoid arguments and clashes, as this could lead to legal issues and legal troubles. This time could also bring about sleep issues and bad dreams at night. Chanting, reciting Hanuman Chalisa before sleep is advised. You could also want to dominate your spouse at this time and want him or her to be like you and follow you, which may cause ego issues and conflicts. Your mind could also wander here and there, and experience fickle emotions and mood swings. This is, however, a good time for marriage and creates marriage possibilities for Scorpions. For Sagittarius, Ascendants and signs, Venus rules your 6th house and 11th house and is transiting into the 12th house. It is in its Karak Bhav, in its Karak house, but it is afflicted. This is a period of expenses, indulgence, bhog vilas, income and expense would go hand in hand, but you may find it difficult to save money. Your focus will be more on expenses and indulging in luxury items. You would be able to arrange money also that you need for expenses. You will either be able to borrow money from friends, colleagues or from whatever sources, but you will be able to arrange money for expense purposes. You would seek pleasure from expenses and long distance and foreign travels. There could be expenses on the legal aspects too. This transit can be bad for social image as you are likely to be less emotional and more demanding about materialistic things. You could also seek pleasure from solitude, isolation, spirituality. Relationships could, however, suffer, and it is not a good time for artists and creators also. Mystical and artistic things will appeal to you, but since this is the time where you would want to spend on yourself, focus more on materialistic things, this is a bad time for relationships. Even isolation, spirituality or solitude will only separate you from your friends, your neighbors, family and your loved ones. The 12th house is the house of expense and Venus wants to do exactly that. You could see a loss of friend circle and social network here. Hence, it is better to avoid any arguments with them. All your desires will be towards materialistic pleasure, foreign trips, foreign travels, foreign stuff, luxury items, or towards spirituality and isolation. This is, however, a good transit for job seekers, for people involved in legal, finance, and medical field. Good for competitions and interviews, and for foreign trades. You are likely to crack interviews, win competitions during this transit. This Lord of 6th house is transiting into the 12th house, which clearly points at poor health. The Lord of disease is in the house of hospital, and hence you need to be extremely careful about your health. Seek doctor's advice if you fall sick and do not delay. Also keep a check on your finance and avoid lending money during this period, especially to friends and social circle. For Capricorn, Ascendants and signs, Venus rules your 5th house and your 10th house and is transiting into the 11th house. So the Lord of the house of intelligence, creativity, entertainment and the Lord of the house of career, profession, goodwill is transiting into the house of income and desires. This is quite a good time for career and income. This is an excellent time to grow in career. Your intellect will support you and through creativity and intelligence, you can earn a lot during this time. This can also be beneficial for your career. It is an excellent time for artists, celebs, people in creative field, in entertainment sector and those who are in college education. College students and those owning college can also benefit from this time. Your pleasant and diplomatic behavior will bring gains on professional front. Afflicted position of Venus will, however, give you self-centered approach and can be bad for both personal and professional relationship. So please avoid being self-obsessed and self-centered. You would seek pleasure from income, friend circle, social network and fulfillment of own desires. You could also make friends with affluent people and who's who of society. You can easily make friends with females. Expect cordial relations with social network and friend circle. You can also gain from social activities. They can contribute in growth of career. Benefit from government is also possible. Tax refunds or tax related issues could also get solved during this transit. It is an excellent time for love relations and love marriage. Excellent time to have romantic moments with partner. It also brings in chances of marriage of your own children. But also take care of their health. Take care of your stomach too. The negative influence of this afflicted Venus is extramarital affairs, over involvement of friends, heightened passion and desires. Keep these urges in control. The 11th house is fifth from the 7th house, which is the house of extramarital affairs, and the planet of romance is transiting in this particular house. Therefore, the married men and women need to be extra cautious. Chant Om Shum Shukraya Namaha to reap benefits and reduce the negative effects. For Aquarius, ascendants and signs, Venus rules your 4th house and 9th house and is transiting in your 10th house of career and karma. It is extremely good for career. Luck will favor you. Things are likely to go your way. There can be expansion in career, praises from bosses and seniors. You can also expect cordial relations with father. You may, however, need to watch out for his health. You could also gain from elders' advice and support. Your father can also gain in materialistic and financial matters through some means, through some legitimate means. However, you need to take care of his health. Venus in the 10th house is weak as it lacks any direction strength over here. You need to therefore divert your energy into work for success. You need to seek pleasure from your career itself. Venus is directionless and does not know what to do in this house of career. Therefore, it is important you keep your mind focused in career and profession. You would get attention at work and you could also be the center of attraction in your workplace. Your skill and your knowledge will benefit you. For Aquarius natives, the Aquarian females are likely to do better in career during this transit. All of you need to follow a pleasing and pleasant approach, carry forward a polite tone, and chances of promotion and praise is also there, and you can hope to get success and fame in career. It is good for those people who are in music, arts, speech related any profession where you need to use your speech a lot more. It is also good for politicians and good for ancestral business. This transit is good in matters of home and vehicle. You could either purchase a new vehicle, a new home, or you could be renovating your house, make some expense on the interiors of your home or vehicle. You also need to take care of your mother's health, however. You can also expect cordial environment at home, but please take extra care of your mother and your father's health. Overall, this is a good transit for you. For Pisces natives, the Lord of 3rd and 8th house is transiting into the 12th house. Into your 9th house. The Lord of the 3rd and the 8th house is transiting into the 9th house. Both 3rd and 8th houses are not good houses, are houses of obstacles, efforts and travels. This is not a very favorable time for you. You can experience obstacles in matters of luck and travels, both short travels and long travels. You could expect some obstacles, some difficulties and struggles may be there. This is also not a good transit for your father. He may also suffer some health issues or he may have to work harder than usual. This transit is, however, good for your siblings, your neighbors and your friend circle. They can benefit from it. Your efforts could be wasted. You may be spending a lot of time on your work and profession or even in your studies if you are a student, but your efforts may not reap such good benefits during this transit. Your extra efforts, your overtime work may also not be appreciated by the bosses or colleagues or may not even get noticed by them. Certain events is also possible in matters of travel and to your father. You would likely be very fond of traveling and excited about discovering new places, culture, music and art. However, it is better to avoid travels during this period. You are likely to be spiritually inclined, might make some religious tours or take part in religious activities. This will benefit you, taking part in religious activities and spiritual activities. You are likely to be very fair-minded during this time and may also enjoy philosophical discussions. This transit can also be bad for post-graduation students. You also may need to put in extra effort in marriage as well to protect your marriage and improve your relationships. This is also not good for career matters. It overall is not a very good transit for Pisces ascendants. I am sorry to be being so straightforward and only providing you with negative news, but this is what this transit is reflecting upon. It is neither good for your father, for your marriage, for travel related issues, not good for career. So what you can do is, you can be chanting the Bij mantra of Shukradev, the Venus planet, which is Om Shum Shukraya Namaha. Chant it 108 times daily in the evening. Start from Fridays and sit east facing and chant this mantra. Also, you may donate some cosmetic items or luxury items to needy and poor female. I hope you liked the video. Please do like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, family and relatives. Do subscribe to the SM Astro channel and encourage me. Thank you for your time.